Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Excuse the weird setup here. I usually use these books, one of which is on my head, to balance the camera so I can record, but I actually can't do that right now because of where I'm filming. I'm actually curious to see how long this is going to stay up, so let's sort of pretend it's not there for the first part of the video and hope it doesn't fall. It's probably going to fall and hit me right on the head or hit the camera. I don't know. It won't hit me on the head because it's on my head. Oh god, it's slipping. So yeah, yeah, it fell. This video is what not to do during your GCSEs, that being one of them. Don't sit here and balance a book on your head, because that's not very productive now. So yeah, the first tip, is it a tip? Well, it is a tip, because I'm telling you how to improve your grades, I guess. First thing which you shouldn't do is not pay attention. I'm kind of guilty in this in year 10 biology. I didn't completely not pay attention, but I wasn't as focused as I could have been. But it's okay if this has happened, you can fix it. I'm probably going to make a whole video on this, but in short, you can catch up. Just do it as soon as possible so it doesn't pile up. So the way you can catch up is watching videos on the topic and making posters, revision cards, blah 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 blah. Go see your teacher and speak to them about the things you still don't understand and do a bunch of papers to identify where you're going wrong. It is possible to catch up. Don't panic too much if this has happened, but from now on, try and ensure that you are paying attention as much as possible, getting involved in the lesson. It'll just make the information easier to recall later on, gives you less work to do catching up. So yeah, I definitely recommend that. I realise the way I'm talking right now sounds quite weird. Let's put another book on my head. This is the same book. So yeah, the second thing which you shouldn't do during your GCSEs is overwork yourself too much. So there's sort of a limit. So you shouldn't be revising too little, but you also shouldn't be revising too much. You've got to get in that golden zone, as I'd probably describe it. So revising too little, you're not actually doing much at all, meaning you're not really going over the content. But if you're revising too much, you're going to overwhelm yourself, stress yourself out, and it's not good for your mental health, and that is more important than a couple of grades at the end of the day. You are more important than that sheet of paper on results day. So don't overwork yourself. If you feel overwhelmed, take a break, take lots of breaks during revision. And don't panic if you haven't revised by September of year 11. I sort of started revising in the summer, but I didn't actually properly start revising until around October, November, December time. November mocks probably was when I started properly revising, and I probably did too much. So don't overwork yourself. That's not good for you. Let's put another book on my head for the third tip. The third thing which you shouldn't do is do passive revision. So active revision, you are... Ow! So active revision, you're actually working your brain a bit. So this would be practice papers and stuff like that. But passive revision would just be reading from a textbook, like this bad boy. So if you're just reading from a textbook, it's not really going in. So if you need to recognise and sketch the graphs of trigonometric functions, sine, cos and tan. Yeah, okay, that's not really going in. So then I do a couple of questions on the functions and then maybe I would understand. So yeah, active revision all the way. And another thing I wouldn't do is revise actually during exams. So I sort of just read over notes. I did a bad in maths. I did actually do full-on practice papers like for the exam. I did find that helpful in getting my grade up, but I also found it very, very stressful, and your GCSEs are stressful enough without having to do a bunch of last-minute revisions. So try and do that before you get to the exam. If you're watching this now during that time and you haven't done any revision all year, don't do too intense revision. Look after yourself, mate. More important. If I think of any other things, I'll make a part 2, and I might just leave it in the comments if it's just 1 or 2 things. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, comment, I don't know, do all that jazz. I'll see you next video. Goodbye.